Hello and welcome to another FPL Animate video. In this one I will be talking about 5 differential defenders who shown in the last season that they have potential to become a really good asset in FPL. Defenders who can keep some clean sheet and more importantly gain some attacking returns, and that's the ones we are looking for when choosing our defenders for our team. I will be talking about players not necessarily for game week 1 started 11, but players who can even be your 4th or 5th defenders on the bench that can come up at the right game week, and you should keep an eye on them throughout the season. Before we get started, if you are new in this channel or like what you see, please consider to subscribe and give it a like. And don't forget to check out the first video FPL Animate TV show, some fun take on FPL and YouTubers who are talking about it. Looking at last year's most attacking returns from defenders, you can see some familiar faces who got those returns every year, like Alexander-Arnold and even Robertson, who had an average season but still managed to get 8 assists. We saw some new star risers like Trippier, who was low owned in the start of last season until people started to notice Newcastle and its potential at set pieces. Same with Estepinian, who was even less known till mid-season and managed to get 8 returns. And some players who had solid numbers in attack like Ben White and Perisic that we probably won't see this year. Most of them will be popular choice this year as well, so no need to talk and analyze them more. We will focus more on players to have a potential to break out and give the same attacking numbers like these players and our own low ownership. Starting with Ben Chilwell, who were in my best attacking defenders video last season as well because he has so much potential at the attacking side. But seems that he cannot get a break. 2 seasons ago he was injured almost the entire season, and last season he played most of the games for Chelsea, but Chelsea was just a shit show in defense and offense. Everybody knows his potential, but there is always some kind of problem that put people off him. Maybe this season things will change for the better. Currently on 7.1 ownership, probably because Chelsea play against Liverpool in game week 1. Pretty sure the numbers would have been higher if Chelsea played Luton, Nottingham Forest and then Liverpool. His numbers last season aren't that great and it's understandable, and Liverpool at home and West Ham away are not ideal in terms of clean sheets, but I think if you got solid defenders for the first 2 games and have enough money to own him as well, he can be a good bargain. He can sit on the bench and be available for game week 3 when Chelsea fixture change for the best. No one likes to sit a 5.5 defender on the bench, but he might worth the risk and the money. Breaking in his attacking returns from last season, his expected goals and assists are pretty high even in a bad season. In 23 games he managed to supply 2 goals and 3 assists. When he attacks, he's getting deep inside the box. His 2 goals came from a very close distance and got 1 assist from outside the box. 1 from corner and 1 given for a successful penalty. Chelsea should massively improve at both ends of the field, and if Chilwell can stay healthy and play every game week, I think he will be one of the best defenders for this season. Chelsea don't have Europe, so the rotation will be less in his position. The only thing that can be argued is which one to go for, him or Reece James for the same price. See a lot of talks about Rico Henry and what good option he can be for a 4.5 million defenders, but for now only 6.9% ownership. For me it seems a bit low for a low price defender who nail and play for a decent defense team like Brentford, who kept 11 clean sheets last season. Got 3 assists last season but also had 3 goals the season before that, so his numbers compared to the other top Brentford defenders like Ben Mee and Pincock are pretty good. Their attacking returns come mostly from corners, but as a left back he have more chances to join the attack and more chances for attacking returns. Brentford started this season against Spurs at home, so you can bench him for 1 game and then Fulham away, Palace and Bournemouth at home, most likely to get at least 1 or 2 clean sheets. As you can see here, all of his assists came outside the box. Without Tony for the time being, Wista will probably take his place and move from the left winger position to the center, maybe allow Henry to move even more forward this season and get more chances. For the defensive point of view, Henry seems like a good pick in a good defense team. The attacking returns with him will be more like a bonus and not something you expect to have every game week like Chilwell, but they are there. Udogie is the most interesting defender on my list. He could really be a hidden gem this season, only owned by 0.8%. Few reasons for that. The first one is minutes. Still not sure who will be the main left back for Spurs this season. If Perisic will stay, likely he will be the first choice. If he will leave, Gundogan will have to fight with Reguilon for minutes, but there are already talks between Spurs and Real Sociedad for the Spanish defender, and if that deal will be sealed, Gundogan will be the first and a very exciting choice for Spurs left back. For only 4.5 price, he can be one of the best picks for the season after a great personal last season for him on a loan at Udinese, showing his full potential with 3 goals and 4 assists. Spurs' 5 games starting the season look pretty decent, with only Manchester United as a tough fixture but at home. Brentford away won't be easy, but without even Tony there is a chance for a clean sheet. Although we need to remember how awful Spurs' defense was last season, don't think there were too many games that they were able to keep a clean sheet, but with the new player joining and maybe with a sign of a new centre back until game week 1, we will see some improvement. As you can see, his goals and assists are wonderful. Can shoot from outside and crawl inside the deep side of the box to score as well. Very fast and very technical player, strong and young, and maybe that's what has been missing for Spurs for the past few years. If he is the first choice and his minutes will be solid, he can be the very huge differential. Alex Moreno is a good example of someone who isn't available for game week 1 but could be a great pick once he comes back from his injury to a very interesting Aston Villa team. For now he suffered from hamstring injury and expected comeback in game week 5. Aston Villa fixture till then kind of a mix, but from game week 8 till game week 14 they got a great run of fixtures, and this is usually the place people start to use their first wild card. So as I said in the beginning, this video is not necessarily just focused on players from game week 1, just trying to guess which defenders will have a breakthrough season regarding their attacking returns, and Moreno, from what we saw last season, can be the one. Came in the middle of the season and played only 19 games with 3 attacking returns. His expected goals are not impressive, but his expected assists are very high. As you can see, he is very good to deliver inside balls in the box from distance, and he is often cut to the middle and not just stay on the line. With the joining of Pau Torres, Aston Villa defense were pretty solid throughout the last stage of the season, just upgraded, and we will surely see a lot more clean sheets coming their way. Torres is a good solid 4.5 million pick over Moreno and got also good attacking records, but I will always prefer a line defender than a center one. So just need to wait and see when he returns, if he will get his spot back and if he will start produce some attacking threat. If so, he can easily be in my team when we reach game week 8. And last, I choose a very huge differential that no one seemed to talk about, but I think he got potential after a very successful last season when Kenny Tete had 6 attacking returns for Fulham. I admit that his stats are not impressive and Fulham defense wasn't very good. In fact, he kept clean sheet for only 7 games. Also, Fulham fixtures are not that great. Everton away is decent, but after that Brentford, Arsenal and Manchester City away, just the most 2 difficult fixtures there is. But just look at this attacking map and see how variety this player is. 4 of his 5 assists came outside the box. 76% of his passing reached their target. He got a good head game. He's 180 centimeters high but very fast, and his assists were against teams like Liverpool, Spurs and goal against Manchester United. He played all of his games, 83 minutes per game, and for a 4.5 million defender who is a really attacking threat, he can be a very surprising and rewarding choice when come off the bench for, let's say, game week 5 against Luton at home, or game week 8 against Sheffield United at home. Better stats than most of the 4.5 million players out there. Much better stats than Tarkowski from Everton, who people seem to like in a slight better defensive team. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this attacking defenders video and see you on my next video. Goodbye.